Hey Libra, hope you're doing well. This is Mary with Seer. This is the second half of April 2020, your tarot and oracle reading. Thank you for stopping by. Your likes, shares, your those who subscribe and comment. Also, those who donate and book readings. So, if you're interested in any of that information, you could just go ahead and go to my description box. Okay, so we're going to start with the Enchanted Map. So I have the Deep Freeze. Okay, which is very on point, right? Deep Freeze is 26, which is an 8, and kind of like 8 remind me of balance and karma, stuff like that. So Deep Freeze talks about, when it's reversed, about not being able to push a certain point, wanting things to move forward, but just not being able to do that. And it's like the art of the chill, the art of just waiting for things to come to fruition, waiting for things to pass. And, with this whole quarantine thing, waiting for our countries and cities to open up again so we can get moving. It is that time of reflection while we're waiting, for the thaw. And it's a restless waiting. And it's a reminder that to conserve energy for some reason. And maybe to reflect in a moment why this is happening. Protection Guardian. So this is about dropping our shields, it's about it's about that we're safer than we realize. And so this card, we have this angel, and this is saying that you have protection, you have spiritual protection, and actually more than you realize. And that this, whatever wall or protection you put up, maybe when you were younger, or maybe something happened to you or a family member or somebody, when you said you put up some kind of block protection. And that is actually becomes like the gate that nobody can access what's inside. So if it's your heart that you locked up, then it's a vulnerable place. It's something that you felt vulnerable in. Okay, we'll get more cards on that. Okay, you got 2 cards. Okay, so purify your surroundings. So this is about transmuting the energy that, and this is great too, because this is while we're kind of stuck at home or things have slowed down. It's a good time to maybe clean out things that remind us of why we use that protection in the first place. Things that are painful might be good to just clear those out, and also might be a good time to sage. There's energy that's attached to something that's reminding you of something. That's what they're saying. Let me get this other card. Create and activate your DNA. It's somehow keeping you from ascension. Interesting. Activating your DNA is about light codes. It's about different ways of thinking, like taking the high road. If you're no longer in a protection mode, then like defense. You let your shields out, knowing you're safe. You're safe. Especially the more you raise your vibration, the safer you are. The lower energies, whether it's dreams or memories or people of the past, they just bounce off. The energy will bounce off. You might find that people are falling away from you, that they aren't contacting you anymore. And as you work on yourself more, okay? And that sometimes this is done by design so you can grow. And sometimes it's your guides, your protection guardians saying, enough. You're not gonna engage in this anymore. Not if you want to be who you say you want to be. You want to, no, and it could be that there was a plan for you, and you've spent enough time there, wherever it is. Interesting. All right, so we're gonna look at deep freeze reverse first. Pull a few tarot cards on that. So there's a theory about DNA that right now we only use 2 strands, but there's much more DNA strands available that we can activate. There is a theory, and that's how we can connect with other realms. And to access, we have to have a certain vibration, because the vibration, because it's power. And so you must earn the power by holding your vibration at a certain frequency, because those other energies, lower vibrations, they're not allowed in this place, okay? It's like just not accessible. They don't have a key to it, okay? Okay, so 5 of Wands. So the deep freeze is, it's withdrawing from, there's chaos here. There's competition here. There's other people's views. There's, excuse me. It's like not really it's not a gossip card, but it's a lot of people, like if you were listening to a lot of stations and they were upsetting you and causing chaos in your mind, right? Like movies or people talking about each other. That's gossip though, but maybe people, it's like enough, shutting the world out so you can have peace. Knight of Swords is, this is this abrupt energy, like swooping in, saying, air sign, your air sign. So it could be another air sign, Aquarius or Gemini. But it's like the energy coming in to communicate, and this is the truth. Bam. And it may not be pretty, and it may not be done with very much grace, or manners. But it's the truth. And maybe it's the truth about this chaos, this competition. 10 of Wands. This is about in a place that is, there's burdens that need to be released, okay? 10 of Wands reversed. It's either in the process of releasing the burdens, or maybe a resistance to releasing the burdens. And that could be the past stuff that you're holding on to, that place of protection. But it keeps us in a chaotic state, our energy scattered, and it keeps us from rising. It's like our emotions rising to a higher state where we go, okay, well that happened a long time ago. I'm not that person. I don't hang around those people anymore. Why am I still here? So if those memories are still cropping up, or people, resolve them. It's the time to resolve while you're in the deep freeze, in a place of kind of not being able to move. And that might be the reason why you're also not being able to move, because this needs to be resolved. So it could be physical, but it could also be emotional. Okay, so I got 2 cards here. I got a 6 of Pentacles. This is about reciprocity and fairness. I mean, really weighing out all of the information. This one, now it can be abundance or like giving to others, but here we have two people with their hands out, and she's weighing. And it feels like weighing the pros and cons. And that makes sense because you're Libra. You're always weighing stuff, right? Well, is there balance here? If you were to look at something from an objective view in this situation, how does it look? Take your emotions out. Look at it that way. I have the Empress next. And this can be, it's represented by Taurus or you, Libra. It's both of your guys' cards because it's ruled by Venus. So this is really good because this reflection should really help you be able to get in your own power again. I mean, get to the place where you feel you're balanced and things are fair. But we have to demand that for ourselves before we can demand it from the outside world to give us. So we have to be able to give that to ourselves. Okay. And Empress it's the abundant, creative, feminine energy. It's fertility and beauty and all things we love, taste, feel. So let's talk about the protection guardian now. About dropping your shield. Got a lot of resistance there, Libra. I resist that too. Okay, so Page of Cups. So this is like no apologies, no offers of love, no small offer of love. I have the Devil here, and this is obsession, temptation, ego. Interesting. Three of Swords. This is wow. Whew. Okay, so Three of Swords is it's pain. It's like something that came in between you and something you loved. Could be family, something that really broke your heart, but it's still in your mind. It's why it's still in your mind because swords are about emotion. I mean, they're about intellectual thinking. Like maybe it's the situation that the competition, the things that were said, the information that came in and how brutal it was, replaying that over and over in your mind when you found out about A, B, and C, right? The world, it needs to end. This thinking needs to end. This protecting, it's a place of empowerment where we're angry, but getting to the point where we resolve it, move through it. And sometimes that takes a long time. And some people say, you should be over that now. So sorry. And if you're not, you're not. You're going to need to work it till it's done, because we don't want to act like it's done and carry it forward. So there is that reflection also. Sorry. That know that you can leave this behind you. And when you have it resolved in your mind, body, and soul, however that is for you, Libra, that it doesn't have to repeat. The cycle is ended. It's over. It doesn't have to repeat. You can trust yourself again, okay? So let's look at Purify Your Surroundings. I don't know. It's kind of like something you look at every day. That you walk in a room and you see, and it just triggers. But you love that thing, but it trigger. You know what I mean? That might be for someone particular. Queen of Pentacles reverse. So Queen of Pentacles reverses. This is a wife or mother, but this is not somebody that's nurturing. It's not a confident person. It's not very practical. Probably not good with money. And it could be one's own mother or maybe an ex-partner. It's earth energy. So Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Sorry about that, Libra. I think it's a mother. There's babies here. So it's either someone who takes care of the babies. Excuse me. So if you're the masculine, it could be your ex that has the babies. High Priestess. So this is somebody that doesn't, not spiritual connected to their higher self. So it also can mean that you didn't see it coming. Couldn't see it coming. You didn't have any insight that it was going to happen. Also, it could just be somebody that's not spiritual at all, and that's why that they're not nurturing or not. It's like they can't connect with others too. Seven of Pentacles, and it's not a good investment. It's not a place to invest anymore. And it's like a financial loss too. They're all upside down. Yeah, not all of them, but just these. Eight of Cups is, reflect on that, and this is when Eight of Cups is reversed. It's like, to me, it's a reflection. Some people, it depends on the context. It could be that somebody wants to come back, that this person may be wanting to come back. And so purifying your surroundings may mean do not let them come back. Or if they're still in the house, it needs to be cleared. That's the energy. That's the chaotic energy, right? Interesting. Because there's like really no love there. Not even small. There's no heartfelt love. Okay, so we're going to look at create, activate your DNA. It's kind of like there's a message coming through, like it is up to you. You may feel like you can't end this, but you can. It's up to you. It's the world is already here. It's already done. It's already done. It's kind of like going through the motions. Okay, so I have the Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands reversed. This is no communication. This is blocking communication. Okay, this is under create, activate your DNA. This is the Magician. This is trickery. This is things, like this is blocking that manipulative energy. So somebody's manipulative energy, because this is lower vibration. You can't activate your new strands of DNA or open up for the light codes and new information to come in, because it'll keep you in a lower vibration. This is a resistance to healing, for separation. This is for a Swords reverse. This is healing needs to take place. This is the Devil again, but the Devil here is reversed. This is overcoming it. So this has to be done to get in a better place, in, like to ascend. Like that just means to grow spiritually, you know, like there's earthly things and people that are more earthbound, you know, that are like more worried about 3D things. And then there's people that are more worried about spiritual things. And then there's people that worry about both. So I think the best balance is to worry about both, Libra, to be in both places, because we are in 3D world while we're also spiritual beings, right? So there's this conflict. This conflict is not only somebody else, but it's within you because it was with someone else. So this is the need to just get that resolved and start bringing the fairness to yourself, peace to yourself, you know. So let's see. I'm doing a Mente card. There's a lot of duality here. A lot. It's outside, but it's also inside of you. Okay? That's that protection thing that, you know, that you can bring yourself back into a place where you can trust yourself again. I communicate with compassion. Take the extra time to slow down and gather yourself before communicating. So, and there's a reflection of to become compassionate with yourself. So there is this place of completely blocking, cutting somebody out and blocking them, but there may be a need to communicate, and that would be because you've overcome it, the energy. Okay, it's already done. Does that make sense? On the outside, it's just more like maybe resolving what's the residual within you. And communicating with compassion is with yourself, most of all. We can be better to ourselves and talk to ourselves better and forgive ourselves, you know, then we can, it's easier to bring it outside to others because we have more peace, Libra. Thank you. I love you lots. I'll talk to you soon.